Over the last several months, I have made tens of thousands of phone calls, and I want to share with you some of the ideas that I have about phone etiquette, ideas that will help you be more effective, be more powerful, be better on the phone. So whether you're talking to a prospect, lead generating, if you're following up with someone maybe you spoke with previously, or if you're talking to a current client, things do not change. There are a few things to keep in mind. So number one, whenever you're calling someone, think about the agenda. What is the purpose for that call? Then at the beginning of the conversation, outline the reasons. If somebody doesn't want to talk to you, they'll let you know right away, but let them know why you are calling. Do not waste anybody's time. Number two is your environment. When you're making those calls, make sure there aren't too many distractions around you. They can be distracting to you, but also to someone listening in. If they hear a kid talking in the background, not professional. Make sure you're in a quiet place. And number three here, be polite. Whenever you're calling someone, you're interrupting their day. You don't know what's going on in their life at that moment. Be polite. You owe it to them. You owe it to yourself. Doesn't matter what the person on the other side of the phone call will say. You are always going to be polite. Over the long run, this will serve you well. You will feel better about making these calls and you will get better results. But what does it mean to be polite? It means you start off by introducing yourself properly, greeting the other person on the other line, and actually listening to their response. The way they respond to a question, how are you today, will tell you a lot about their state of mind. Are they ready to talk to you? Are they interested in talking to you? Just from that, you will gain a lot of knowledge about how the conversation should be conducted if it continues. And if it does continue, now you move on to the next phase. And here, as you're describing whatever the purpose of your call is to the other person, if you're engaging with that person, if they're talking to you, you have to listen to them. People oftentimes get excited when they have a client on hook, when they have the prospect talking to them, engaging with them, maybe telling them something. So let's say you're talking to someone about a property that you sold recently, and you're asking if maybe they're thinking about selling as well. And the prospect says, well, yeah, we're thinking to sell in maybe 3 to 4 months when the interest rates go down. Now, it's important for you not to get excited and start thinking about what you want to tell them, but slow things down in that moment. Make sure they know that they're heard. So repeating, affirming is huge. It will slow things down. It will allow you to be in control of the conversation. So in that case, you would just say, oh, that's super exciting. So you're thinking about selling in 3 to 4 months, maybe November. Am I hearing you right? That is the way to conduct that conversation. Instead of jumping into it by saying, oh my gosh, we should meet right now. I want to tell you what it is that I do to get most money for the homeowners like yourself. No, slow down. Talk to them, get more information. Make sure that they know that they're being heard. Speak clearly, speak at a moderate pace. Slow things down a little bit. That can be really powerful, and it can relax you if you're getting a bit nervous. And always maintain a friendly and professional tone. This can be sometimes difficult, but it's key. Avoid jargon also. Don't use terms like, oh, I'm gonna send you a CMA. No, I'm gonna email you a comparative market analysis that will show the value of your home. That's the proper and professional way to talk to a prospect. Now, if the conversation turns in a direction you didn't want to go, the client is upset, maybe you're talking to an expired listing like I just did today. Well, in that situation, I think remaining calm and control will help you in the process. Saying things like, I understand your concern. Let's find a solution to this together can show the person on the other side that you are a professional. And now if you've talked to someone who's not ready to meet with you, set an appointment right away, but is a future prospect, at the end of the conversation, summarize the points. Make sure you let them know what's going to happen in the future. Make sure you let them know. Ask for permission, maybe to call them back in a month or two. Express gratitude for the time they took to speak with you, to share their information about their future plans. End the conversation professionally. And here is a tiny but super important tip when you're speaking with someone. If you finish the conversation and you got to the point where you're saying, nice talking to you, goodbye, wait for them to hang up first. Never hang up on anyone first. Now, here are a few mistakes that lots of salesperson make that we should avoid. And the biggest one for me is interrupting the person on the other end. Listen to them, let them talk. You called them, you interrupted their day. If they want to talk to you, let them talk. Try not to interrupt because you want to say something. Remember what you wanted to say, jot things down, always have paper as you're taking notes. Take notes, first of all. That is the big one for me. Of course, we talked about background noise, unclear communication, like maybe some people mumble. Just slow down, speak clearly. That's going to be the key. And so these are my tips. Very basic things about phone etiquette, making those phone calls, making sure you give people a positive experience and give yourself the best chance of being successful. Leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts on it. Thanks.